Well, Carinthia.
Yeah. Okay. So we were on the Isle of Wight ferry, and we were coming back from the Isle of Wight after having done one of our sessions with the figuring out the artwork for the exhibition, and it was quite early. It was a breakfast time, and I said, Peter, let me get you some breakfast, and he said, oh, I want some breakfast, and you sat at the table waiting, and I went up and got in the queue for the bangers and mash that they were selling, and got talking to friends that I hadn't seen in ages, Andrew, friend, and his sister, and they'd been making a documentary in the Isle of Wight. And so we got talking. Peter comes up to me and goes, where's my breakfast? I said, oh, I'm just getting it, we're getting a queue. Let me introduce you. Andrew, this is Peter, and this is Jane, and there was a cameraman, I think, a French cameraman, and I introduced you, and you said, well, and went off, and we got back in the car when 50 minutes later to get off the ferry, and Peter said, who were those people? And I went, well, I did introduce you, that was Andrew Birkin and Jane Birkin, his sister. Jane Birkin? That was Jane Birkin? I can't believe you didn't introduce me. I said, I did introduce you. But I'm not going to say about famous people, this is Jane Birkin.
I mean,
But you were hangry though, weren't you?
Because I don't do that.
Well, I sort of just went and sat down, in the area, just watching the crossing. I think we were going to the Isle of Wight rather than coming back.
No, we were going back to the mainland.
On the ferry?
I thought we were going over
because they
there.
just finished the documentary.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she had been at school on the Isle of Wight.
And she's a beauty,
Yeah.
She was this gamine, beautiful haircut.
Still, yeah. And you
leather
fancied
jacket,
her, didn't you, Peter?
Everything.
You
Gorgeous.
fancied Jane Birkin, like any man fancied Jane Birkin.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying anything. I just didn't know it was her at the time.
But you were thinking about
because-
your breakfast?
Well, because I introduced you, but I didn't say the last name, partly because I never do that. to
So I
people
didn't know it was her, basically. So therefore I just sort of, didn't realise. I just went and sat down on my...
If you'd known it was her, would you have behaved differently?
Well, yeah, I would have done a
You'd
bit.
been all over her like a rash, and I'd have been embarrassed. That's
Like a
the
cheap
truth.
suit.
Yeah, I know.
I'd have been
Rashing
screamingly
You
embarrassed.
don't even have to say that, because I know that's what your thinking is, but
Well, it's true.
but I think you underestimate my intellectual gravitas, to be honest.
You know what?
Yeah, you said she has amazing paintings. I could have talked to her about paintings. I said, well, she hardly wanted to do that at breakfast at 8:30 in the morning on a ferry, coming back from the island.
Anyway, I
because
did.
they were island people.
Anyway,
but-
yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was introduced to her, and I saw, and she wasn't, she had sort of cropped or shortish hair she had wire glasses on.
Beautiful.
So I didn't really
Sure.
recognise her
Yeah.
from the Jane Birkin as of
Well,
old.
from the films with her
From when she was
moaning
when she
under
was in
Serge
her prime.
Gainsborough, yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, it mattered.
What was her, maybe Je t'aime, wasn't it? Her famous.
I got,
Shit,
I got
yeah.
very short shrift from
I
Peter.
love Charlotte
I'm going
Gainsbourg.
to say that.
I
I got a very grumpy Peter all the way back to London.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Did you eat, what did you have for your breakfast?
Look at this.
What was the breakfast
is
that
it?
you were...
Oh, I can't remember now.
Was
Beautiful.
it like
Bits
a
and
roll or
tomato.
was it like
I honestly can't remember.
a full
Well, anyway, there's no substitute for meeting Jane Birkin, was it?
You can't remember me visiting you in Bristol
Oh
Hospital.
my God, this
You
is
thought I'd
this is
taken
my
you to
second
America.
favourite story.
Oh God, yeah, I did actually,
No,
because you
Peter's
turned up and I thought
food now.
I'd had this
Should go next.
I'd been completely under
Dreaming about Marrakesh.
sedation. I thought I'd been abducted by a Moroccan bandit,
That's right.
and I thought I'd escaped back to Bristol.
Yeah.
I mean, I was off my rocker, because I was sedated for for ages.
So this
And
horrible
when you-
moment when
when you
Peter
turned
gets
up-
out of bed with lots of tubes hanging off him.
I was there
and
next
goes,
day. He had an
"Take me-"
erotic dream about you in Marrakesh.
No, I didn't.
I don't think you did that.
I mean,
Don't
what?
deny it, you were out.
No, when you turned up, I honestly thought that you'd help to get me escaped back to Bristol. Because I thought I'd been abducted by Moroccan bandits. No, seriously. I was completely, zonked out.
Yeah, you were. Let's give the food to
So you
him.
thought that you
Well,
were
how did you-
in
how did-
Marrakesh with
In a
Carinthia?
tent.
I'd just come back from
Yeah, I
Marrakesh,
thought...
gone
'cause
straight
you-
to the hospital
you got
because I
a
heard he
place.
was ill.
Carinthia got a place in Marrakesh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when she turned up in hospital, I thought she'd aided me getting me back to Blighty.
Okay.
You know, because I thought I'd escaped across the Bay of Biscay, you know, back to England. That's
Oh,
what
sorry,
she thought,
that's
you know. But
I was there next day when you were still under the morphine.
That's meant to
You were
go
telling me
there.
that you've been in Marrakesh with
yeah,
Carinthia.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway, the nurses were a bit horrified by the sight of Peter in his hospital gown.
67 or 68?
How do you know that, Beth?
Just always fascinated by him. Not in
It's
terms of
quite a
his
good-
art, 'cause I will admit being an art cultural wasteland, but just in terms of managing the Velvet Underground. So fascinating. Like she was, because he had like a script that she'd written. So she'd written like this script. It was either called Up Your Ass or In Your Ass that she'd given to him because she was an artist too. Although then when they reported her shooting him, I think they said that she was an artist and she got cross because she said, no, I'm a writer, not an artist, and made them kind of phrase it. So yeah, she shot him, obviously not that successfully because he
She
didn't
was
die.
very feminist, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Very jealous. Or
100%, yeah, she was that society of scum, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Society for cutting up men. I think she was, she wasn't of her right mind, I don't think.
There's a documentary about it. Wonder what happened
Yeah.
to her. Wonder if she's still alive.
She's dead now.
She,
Yeah, she is dead now.
she was locked up for 20
Yeah,
years or
she
something.
was.
Mm.
She was. But I mean, yeah, I think you had these delusions that they were kind of like keeping her work, you know,
She
from
never
her.
really recovered.
Not at all. But when they went through his possessions in like 87, because he died in 85,
Mm-hmm.
I think, they did find still in this chest that he had that said script for Up Your Ass or In Your Ass in there. So I think she was a very damaged
Yeah.
individual as well, but just like super interesting, you know.
I lived at the Chelsea Hotel for quite a long time.
Oh my god, did you?
With a boyfriend,
Tell me
Gary
what it was
Farr.
like.
And we were shown a room when we
What
first
year was
went there,
that?
and it was absolutely so horrible. It overlooked the lift shaft. It was room 100. Little did we know that years later Sid Vicious would kill Nancy Spungen in that room. And we said, we have to be moved. We're not staying here if you put us in that room. But obviously we didn't know that then. But we then lived on in another room. Can't remember the number. And it was great. You know, we're living in New York for 2 or 3 months there. And Gary was doing gigs. And there was a great restaurant, Mexican, called El Coyote next door. And everyone would gather there, all the Warhol crowd and everything.
What sort of year was that?
71, 2, something like that. I'm a bit hazy on my years,
Yeah,
but
no, I just find it like I really wish I could have like experienced a bit of his era.
well, I was the classic sort of trying to model in New York, and Gary was doing gigs, and we never had any money, ever. And we were broke completely, and then we finally saved up enough to go and get our own apartment. And one day I was thinking, oh God, with rent's due, the landlord had come and said, and Gary came back, I never forgotten it, singer-songwriter with 2 huge brown bags, spilled them on the floor, live lobsters, champagne, and he said, I've just been to see Jerry Wexler at Atlantic, and I've got a contract, and we're going to Muscle Shoals next week for me to make my album, and I've had an advance. And I was like, and literally the landlord's going, classic. And we had a bath that we had to cover with a piece of cardboard to make it a table. So that was that small. It's what's known as a walk-up in New York. West 23rd, I've never forgotten it. And the other thing I remember happening is that over the time we were there was an empty lot just outside we were on the 3rd floor, I think. And there was this sort of empty, how do you call them, caravan, container.
Yeah.
Containers, and there were these guys going up the stairs at one end and coming down at the end, and I went, what are they doing? Complete innocent, duh. I was only about 20, and Gary was old enough to know, come away from the window, darling, they're doing what's known as a daisy chain. And I remember saying to him, it can't end well, because it was just guys going up to Beth. And
What's
of
the
course,
daisy chain?
10 years later, AIDS hit hideously.
Oh, like gays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and years later, you know.
One in, one out.
This would have been early 70s, and then what
Yeah.
today? It's 82, 83, something like that.
Do you ever go to a place called Buffalo Roadhouse?
What?
Do you ever go to a bar called Buffalo Roadhouse?
Yes, why do I know
I used
that?
to go there.
Really?
I was in.
Where was that?
I was
Yes,
in,
I do.
I was in New York in '75.
Oh my God, we used to
Buffalo
be
Road.
taken by an Atlantic producer who was one of the
Yeah, it was
producers.
pretty good actually. It was
Yeah, it
really
was great,
lively.
absolutely.
I used to go there a lot.
Yeah.
And I had a girlfriend on Bleecker Street. She was a waitress in a restaurant. I used to
Well,
go
you've
there.
had so many girlfriends in you.
Well, you know, not as many as him. Not as many as him.
Don't sound so
But
surprised.
he's the master.
What, the Master Lothario?
Jonestown Massacre. It'll be like the Hollywood. Once upon a time in Hollywood, it'll glamorize murder. You know, like
Well, it is glamorising murder, but
Yeah.
the thing is, at the time, Manson was feted as a sort of demonic celebrity, you know. And Diane
Doris
Atkins,
Day.
Diane Atkins, who actually did most
Yeah.
of the murders. Manson didn't actually murder Sharon Tate.
No, I know that.
It's the women.
Patricia
It was Diane
Winkle,
Atkins
yeah,
and
little that awful.
that bloke. What was
And
his name?
Tate something, he was called, yeah.
Yeah, what's
Still
it?
horrible
Not
though.
Tate,
No, it's dreadful.
something else beginning
So
with
you
I
T.
just
put down
finished
for
Griffin
it.
Dunn's book, which is quite good. It brings it all up again.
It is fascinating.
And how the fear, I remember the fear in LA. That
Mm.
suddenly this gorgeous lotus land and everybody was splashing money and became so frightening.
There's so much drugs around, they probably
Oh.
didn't know what they were doing after.
Timothy Leary, where I used to visit their house, was just up the road from Cielo Drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's where he and his wife
What's
Barbara
it
lived.
called? Spam Ranch.
And
wasn't it,
everybody
where they
was-
all lived?
It was
Well-
just horrible atmosphere that for a year or so.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was multiple murders. I mean, it wasn't just Sharon Tate. It was the Polish guy that was staying with
That's
them.
Cielo, yeah, the other
There was a whole bunch of
La,
them.
La something or other, yeah.
Yeah, the ones before.
The hairdresser. The
J. Sebring.
well, he was killed
know.
there as well because he was
killed
still
something
he
like
was still in
that.
love with Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
I mean, Polanski was in Europe, doing
Polanski was,
tests of the
yeah.
d'Urberville. He was away, so he would have been murdered as well.
Yeah.
He was lucky.
Can you imagine how awful? The kind of horrifying reality that happens in America with nutcases.
Well, they're all on drugs.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
heavy on everything.
shit happens.
Absolutely.
Should we cheer up a
I
bit?
mean, mostly you could say
Yeah,
Yeah, let's tell us more about your girlfriends, Peter. How many girlfriends did you have in America? Was it one after the other,
Have you
or
got a list?
were you?
Not as many as you. Right.
Right.
Okay, start again. Start again.
I think it's such a great conversation.
But my saving grace
Oh yeah.
No, but the question was
is
what
that
your-
I've spent all my life helping and promoting
You have.
other artists.
You do. And
Until
that-
you went on four in a bed
Which
and
many
talked about your pubic hair in the bath.
For which many thanks, Peter.
Where'd you go with this?
Well, the question was actually,
Sure.
what are your
How do you know that, Carinthia?
Because-
How do you
What?
know that about the four in a bed?
You told me.
Do
You
you
said
know?
I
Do you know?
saw it on
Do you know where
TV.
I met Beth?
What?
Do you know when I first met Beth? Or when Beth first met me?
Well,
On four in a bed.
four in a bed was.
Is that where you met?
No, we didn't actually technically meet, but I did watch him
Oh, okay, right.
and
Yeah.
said to my
Okay.
boyfriend
famous
at the time, I
moment
would
when
really like to
Peter
meet him.
Davies's pubic hair was found in the bathroom.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
don't think your pubic hair was on.
They set it. They set it up.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just a fall guy. It's not really my pubic hair. It's somebody else's. I'm just a scapegoat.
Yeah.
I'm
You were
just a
set up.
scapegoat.
But it was your starring role.
Well, it could be.
And then when you said about, you said something about Bob, what was it?
I mean, those people that were on it. I mean, what a bunch of naps.
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
100%.
I mean, they didn't
yeah.
understand a thing
I
about
think
what
what they
art
lacked
is.
was
And
No, they didn't. You're right.
God.
self-awareness.
Oh God.
We did that whole
Self-relay.
talk and they cut it down to about 1 minute, didn't they?
No. Well, no, it's all right. I was on it. I got my.
Big audience.
I talked about art. A number of people have seen it.
I know.
I mean, a number
Millions.
of people have seen it. It's incredible. The other thing is being on Start of the Week with Andrew Marr. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I was on it. Yeah.
When?
Yeah. I was
How
on
long
it.
ago?
2015 with my Northern School book.
Wow, I didn't
I
know
was
that.
on- I was
and I
on-
knew you by then.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I didn't know. I mean, I was on with Paul Auster's wife.
Really?
You know, a jury. It's a
Talking about.
talking about my Northern School book about art in Liverpool and Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that programme.
Was that L.S. Lowry guy?
Yeah, Lowry.
That's why
Exactly,
Andrew got
Lowry.
the sack.
But I was on it. Everybody heard it. Everybody.
Yeah.
9 o'clock on a Monday morning, start of the week.
That's why Andrew left.
But
Yes.
To go back to like your question,
Yeah.
because I think like
I've got my
the thing
faults.
about self-knowledge, self-awareness is so important. Self-knowledge is a dangerous thing. The
Yeah.
freedom of who we are. Lou Reed quote,
yeah.
but he was influenced by obviously Malcolm Lowry in that.
Yeah.
So
Malcolm Lowry. Oh, God.
what are
Shares
your
our
faults?
birthday.
Because I think it's really important to ask like everybody, and I ask myself like daily, what are your faults, and also like maybe what's the worst thing that anybody's ever said to you.
Oh, God.
Where'd you start?
I mean, what's my faults? God.
Oh, well, never.
So what's the Bible say? It's sloth, indolence, greed. What's the
Well, the
Bible
seven
say?
deadly sins.
The deadly sins. Thank you.
Last.
And occasional social lapses.
Yeah.
Only the case.
Well, that's
Of
just the
which
start,
there
you
are-
know.
Of which there are some, because I'm nowhere near on your level of social skill.
Well, you needed me for a bit to
Yeah.
keep you.
Absolutely incredible.
It's amazing. Did you make the sponge as well?
I know, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's like a tiny one compared to the ones I normally make.
Oh, really? God.
Beth's got talent.
And how did you know Peter
Beth
loved
gets bored and
custard
needs to do things
creams?
with
Do
her
you
hands
love
at
custard
home.
creams?
Well, she probably picked it up from Bob, and also I was dreading a carrot cake, which I hate.
What, Bob baking a cake?
I mean, I dreaded
No,
it
no,
was
no.
going to be carrot cake.
I gave you. I
I would have
don't.
grinned and bared it.
We don't
This
want
is perfect for
carrot
me.
cake.
It's just how I like
Custard
it.
cake.
Yeah.
Good.
Brilliant.
Like to give people
And you can
just how
take
they
it
like
home when it's
I
not
know.
bad. Yeah.
You don't want a carrot cake made by Karen, do you? Karen's carrot
Oh,
cake.
it's a bit like that wonderful scene in Withdale and I. Do you remember when he rolls the joint and it's a carrot?
Camberwell carrot. We
Yeah.
said that
Always the
earlier, didn't
carrot.
we?
Yeah, yeah.
Jasper
Camberwell
carrot.
carrot, yeah.
Yeah.
We want to do a Wignail screening here in the summer because
That's the best film, isn't
So
it?
it
Absolutely.
is my favourite
It's my
film.
number one.
This is a
My
real,
number
real
one.
effort. Unbelievable.
Call it a carrot. Do you remember he rolls that
Yeah.
huge joint?
Camberwell
So
carrot.
funny.
You'll know when you eat.
Camberwell carrot, that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
Look
yeah.
at that cake.
So
This is the Camberwell custard.
I love custard, my God. I love it.
take those
What
out.
do you like about custard, Peter?
I like the sort of taste of it. What
Is
else?
it comforting?
I like the texture, the taste of it. I love sort of it's vanilla, isn't it? They call it crème anglaise in France.
Yes.
It's a sort
Well, something else is called crème anglaise in France.
What, cum?
Yeah.
Like Madagascar cream or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
it's the sort of creaminess and
They say
the
it makes it.
vanilla taste.
Fait la carte de
Yeah,
France.
yeah.
It makes a map of
Use
France.
the same place.
Dig in, or do you want me to dish people up?
Oh, help me out here. Help me out here.
Help Peter out, Beth.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Well, I think Beth is a star. Should have.
She is a star.
Thank
An
you.
absolute
She's
star.
fabulous.
Thank you. There you
I'm
go.
quite taken
Yes.
aback.
Work
actually.
Moving things along.
Excuse fingers.
Yeah, wonderful.
He won't mind
Yeah,
that,
lovely.
Beth.
God almighty.
The
Okay.
work of art.
Do you mind fingers,
Wow.
Peter? You don't mind fingers, do you?
Excuse
Not
fingers,
thin.
but I shan't be
Thank you
offended if you
so
don't
much.
eat it all.
Sticky
It's
fingers.
rather
Oh,
a
look at
slab.
that.
You can just, to quote the Rolling Stones, sticky fingers.
It's a beggar's
Okay.
banquet. We can
Mm.
throw it at each other.
Yeah.
We might need some forks. Oh, here's spoons.
Yes,
yeah.
I did just
Yeah,
look,
beggar's
but
banquet. They all
Bob
ended
has
up throwing
completely
it. didn't
kind of
they? Brian Jones.
abdicated his position as host.
Well, I
He's
caught the
just
sea
like,
bass, you know.
Hey, you did, but you know, it's
You
meant
just
to be
need to
like
do
a
the. I
whole
just want to do the
kind
genius
of-
work, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do the humdrum stuff.
Okay, you don't have to eat it all. There's custard there to
Oh,
Peter's got in the
fantastic.
moist it up.
You got in the custard already.
Yeah, very quick. You know.
Yeah.
Very, very quick.
Look at that.
Oh,
Don't
that's
hold back,
custard,
Peter.
is it?
You go
Okay.
for
Yeah,
it.
it's
It's
Bob,
your
would you like
birthday.
a slice?
Just a sliver, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, Peter will be taking us home.
It's
I
rather a
suspect.
lot, and I know it is a lot, so
Well, I
I
think
would
I
try
may
and be
well do,
offended
but-
if you leave some on your
Do you want
plate.
custard?
Oh, yeah. Please. Gonna have some custard.
But yeah,
Lovely. Gorgeous.
Yummy, yum.
Gorgeous.
good, good,
My
good.
God.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
Oh, bloody hell.
Is it good, Peter? Tell me.
You couldn't buy this anyway.
Mm.
This is just made with love,
Mm.
dedication, attention,
Yeah.
Mm.
know-how, savoir-faire. I mean, it's just incredible, wonderful.
I can see why you got all your girlfriends.
I know, I'm actually a bit like...
You're just a silver-tongued, aren't you?
Such a wordsmith.
Away with words.
That's
He's
his
a
Gemini
wordsmith.
sun. He's
Just
me,
got three on
Gemini
your phone.
sun.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
thank
that's
you.
like proper Mercury ruled
Yeah.
wordsmith behaviour. That's how he gets women into bed.
Exactly.
Right.
He talks them into
Let's have
bed.
He
words.
does. That's what you do, Peter. You talk them into
Oh,
bed.
That
wow.
material kind of thing. I wonder if you
Yeah.
like probably keep talking to them when
And the
you're
cowboy-
in bed about
I
the...
see you got your favourite shirt on again. I love that shirt, Peter. That is my favourite shirt.
Well, this one.
I always see you in that shirt.
Okay.
Have you got a lot, or is it just the one?
No, I've got other ones.
What, all the same?
What, that on
No, not all the
rotation?
same. This is a khakis of army.
It's nice.
It's from front line.
I love
You
it.
know the army and navy thing, front line.
Mm-hmm.
It really
kind of-
suits you.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Who was the artist who had like cakes with custard on them?
Wayne Thibault, San Francisco.
I knew you'd know.
A pop artist.
I really want to go to San Francisco. It's
Yeah,
the
I've been
only
there,
place
I've been
I'd
there,
like
yeah.
to go.
I went to Sausalito.
I've never been anywhere really. I started having.
Yeah, no, I hitched across the Golden Gate Bridge. I went up the.
Sausalito, I remember that name so well.
Well,
Alice's
well,
restaurant.
Fleetwood Mac recorded
Rumours.
rumours on
Yeah,
Sausalito.
I know,
And I went to in '74, right?
It
Yeah.
was Alice's restaurant.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I
fabulous.
love Oliver Guthrie.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant.
the
place.
boat
Yeah.
was called Alice's
Great
restaurant.
Yeah,
film, that.
wonderful.
Great film.
What?
wonderful.
Great film, that. Oliver Guthrie, Alice's
But
Restaurant.
also there was a restaurant on a boat in Sausalito called Alice's.
Yeah.
And then the other thing they had was this
Oh, God, look at
brothel
that.
called Sally's or something, Mustangs or
It's
something.
like one big custard cum, isn't it? You know?
Sausalito was so cool.
Oh God, it was wonderful. It was like
This is so erotic.
it was like it was still 67
Oh.
Yes.
when I went there. Even then,
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
Anyway, just get
I
back to
do use some
normality.
more custard on that.
Yes, I do. Don't
Yeah, I do
More
too.
custard. You do
Actually,
too.
They're all... They're going custard nuts.
Don't you want to put some on?
Carinthia, I can't believe you eat custard.
Custard's good.
Well, I had to have some to keep my friend Peter
Exactly.
company.
Crackers, yeah.
Can't believe
This is going to turn up on
Peter's
channel.
We've
birthday.
all got to look
Twitter.
after our figures, haven't we? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He's got custard, he's got a cake, and he's sitting next to Carinthia. I mean, does life get any better
Living his
than
best
that?
life.
This is living your dream, isn't it, mate?
Hashtag living my best life.
I'm
I
not
know.
eating everything.
Talk about all the
I'm just being
girlfriends.
picky.
Yeah, no, you don't have to at all. It's just I always do crazily ostentatious cakes for the fun of
Have
it.
some more custard.
It's bloody good. I haven't had any yet.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
make
when
custard
Peter comes to
birthday
stay,
Tell you
we
what.
have to
On
get
our
2 boxes.
birthday.
I
It
know.
actually tastes good.
The yogurt
I bet.
just disappears. You know.
Oh, does it?
I've never had cold custard before. But it's quite...
It's better. I
There's
prefer
something
cold.
about it.
I
that's
prefer
something
cold
My
quite-
next birthday
quite
cake in a
erotic
couple
about
of
custard.
weeks.
No, I prefer cold custard.
Why?
I just prefer it, you know,
To what?
Hot
to
custard.
hot custard.
Oh.
Well, there must be some reason.
No, just a taste, you know, just to do.
Yeah,
Wow, it looks as
that is good.
got.
Look at
I've
that.
actually
Got-
done now.
We're gonna
It's
have
like dripping down, isn't it?
There's a lot of it.
It's a lot. Yeah.
You staying here too? You staying here?
Yeah, I'm staying here until tomorrow. Yeah, I've been here all week.
So,
I think Arthur and his girlfriend were there.
I'm going to. It's the
They were
anticipation.
staying there.
Yeah, over the
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Oh,
That
Is,
apparently
is Carrie Ann going to do another yoga class?
God, just being immature.
What have you done
sorry,
now?
I'm being puerile.
It's just you're really immature.
I love it. Let me have that picture
So
of you
immature.
spooning in the custard thing, as you are. Hang on, wait,
It's
mate.
actually really silly.
Okay, spoon it in.
Well,
Oh,
There
yes,
you go,
that's such a
Carinthia.
great shot.
mm.
The cameraman with his yeah, fabulous. You're looking great, Bob, by the way. Very healthy at the moment.
Yeah, I got a bit cross because he said
Yeah.
he was brown.
No,
with me.
he's looking after himself.
Yeah. Looking
But
fine.
don't I always look great?
He knows all about diets and exercise and stuff. He's doing really well.
I know.
Well, thanks, Peter. Thanks for the reference.
Well, you don't have to thank me.
Considering.
Thank yourself. You know, I'm just calling it out, that's all.
Did really well.
No, he's
Oh.
looking good.
Well, I
Looking like
really want to
super
thank you all. This
brown.
has been a fabulous
I think we're the
evening.
same.
Well, thank you for contributing to it. Thank you. Good to see
Oh,
you.
really?
Thank you very much.
Your legs are brown on mine.
Carinthia?
Cheers.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
really nice to meet you,
Lovely.
Gonna sound
Carinthia. I've
out.
heard so much about you.
Lovely to have met you and sampled your beautiful cooking, and just a lovely treat for me because I've been out of action for a while. And
Well,
Just to
glad
be
to
back
hear
in
you're
the swim.
recovering.
Peter's still going strong with the custard. Look. He's
Can't-
relentless,
I
isn't
can't
he?
help it. I can't help
You
it.
know?
Oh, you're happy.
Watch
with your
out.
birthday cake.
Co-op custard, they also do very good funerals. Read all of that, you'll be... I keep passing them on the
That'd be the death of
motorway
him.
with a willow coffin in the
What a
back.
way to go, though.
It's a co-op ambulance.
Buried with a load of custard.
Yeah.
Custard's
The
not,
finger went in there, Peter.
custard's not so bad. I mean, it's all right.
No,
I mean,
it's fine.
A little bit of what you fancy does you
Custard
good.
is fine. I mean, it's just
custard's
personal
fine.
taste, isn't it? But yeah, everybody looks super healthy.
Yeah.
Just pretend.
Stay
Nero,
there.
Ah, I
Nero,
didn't make it.
Pretend, Nero, yeah.
Another failed blow job, Peter. What was your
Isn't
wish?
that Lovely.
You
You
can't
see,
say that, it doesn't
you've
come
got to
through.
stay there.
I'm not
Peter.
saying.
Peter, you've got to
You've gotta
stay there and look
you
staged.
You moved in and moved out
Okay.
again too quickly. So
Right, third's a wish.
It's camera shy.
it's not going to work.
Okay,
Pretend it's Jane
You've got to
Birkin.
stay-
Move
stay
in
there.
on it.
3 blowjobs in one night on your birthday.
Yeah,
Standard,
pretend it's
isn't it?
Jane.
Hey? It's living the dream, isn't it? Imagine it's Jane Birkin.
Yeah, imagine it's Jane Birkin and just move in and pretend. You don't
Just
have
kind
to
of
go
like
out.
purse your lips.
You just have to
Move
go
in
towards
and
it
stay
and purse
there.
your lips.
Go
Okay.
in,
No, don't blow. Just stay there and
Just
look as
move
if you're
and
blowing.
purse.
just move your
What do you
head
mean
Yeah.
look
in.
as if you're blowing?
Move your head in.
Nero.
Go right in.
Go on. Jane
Stand
Birkin.
up.
Sure 10.
Right in.
Stand up.
Further in.
That's it.
Pretend you're about to blow.
Right, ready?
That's Jane Birkin down there.
Yay!
Put this in the fridge. Put this in the fridge.
But you put the custard in the fridge.
Yeah,
Want to live another day?
exactly. There we go. That's it. All right. Okay.
Well, have you got some sellotape?
Happy birthday, Peter.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Bob.
HBDP.
Thanks for hosting it. Right, fantastic.